Hey there. Forgive my sunglasses, but it is just much too bright. And it's kind of hard to see the screen. I'm not sure if this location is gonna make my face look. And that doesn't help. Let's see, what card does this? Fear. Fear and flow. Ooh, another one. Where'd it go? Rest. Okay, let's get those. Let's just take those. Fear and flow and rest. So what I'm seeing kind of looks like you've stepped through a gateway into this flow. So maybe recently in your past you feel like that's what it felt like. It felt like you stepped through a gateway somehow, like you walked through a door and you didn't know what was on the other side, and maybe it gave you a little bit of apprehension, but you decided to still go through with it, trusting that everything was going to work out for you. Facing those fears, baby. And now you're in flow. Now you're in your flow state, your flow and rest. So finding restful moments in flow. So what I'm feeling from that is, like, when you're in a flow state, it's like you get energy from that, even if you're doing a lot. You know, so it can be like a little bit counterintuitive to some other ways of thinking that might say you can get burnt out by working all the time. But, you know, if you're working in alignment with who you are and with your passion, then burnout isn't really possible, in my opinion. Not really. Like, when you're always listening to yourself. Yeah, anyway, I'm not going to explain it. You think about it if you want to. So, okay, let's figure out something else. I'm on my lunch break, so I cannot stay here for very long, but let's get a couple more cards. Maybe this is just a confirmation reading for you to know that you're on the right path. You did a good thing. You did a really big thing, too, by stepping through this doorway, through this gateway, now being on the other side. Such a beautiful day. So what else? What else about let's just get some positive confirmation for you. A little bit of a message of that, with positive confirmation. What could we hear about some of the things you've been doing lately? Working on? Only this one. Okay. The Two of Pentacles. The Hermit underneath. Judgment on the top. So maybe you're kind of coming out of a hermit phase a little bit, getting out there a little bit more. It's kind of like an underlying energy, so it could be you're still spending some time alone. And then Judgment. So there's some sort of incoming feeling of being an acceptance of things. Like, it's kind of just under the surface over here. So you've been working on coming into balance, evening the scales, so to speak. Maybe there have been things in your life that have felt unbalanced somehow, and something about the way you have approached this coming into balance is a part of this gateway, crossing this gateway. So I don't know what that means to you. Eight of Swords. What have you been anxious about? There's something you were really anxious about. As part of this balance, coming into balance and harmony and releasing of some sort of anxiety, of feeling trapped by your emotions somehow. In regards to what? In regards to the Hermit. Okay. I don't know what that means for you. In regards to you finding your way, maybe you've been anxious about that because the Hermit is in this dark space and they only have the lantern to see the way with. They don't know what the path is in front of them. They can only see a couple of steps ahead. But the Hermit trusts in their ability to find their way because they're a very wise person. They can listen to their inner guidance very well. And so they don't need to have all of that like blinding clarity. So maybe you were anxious about your future or something, anxious about how you were moving forward, and you're coming into balance by releasing that and coming into an understanding, perhaps that the same understanding of this Hermit, that you don't need to know how you're gonna move forward. You just need to know the next couple steps. That's just the next step. You just need to know where your foot is right now. That's really the only thing you need to know. And you will figure it out. It figures itself out. Could also be that you're anxious about maybe finding your people. Maybe you were in the Hermit mode healing and now you're ready to come out of it and you don't quite have like a group, a friend group. Like you feel like maybe you don't feel like you have like a tight squad or something like that. And maybe you're feeling anxious about that. I don't know. This Hermit could be so many different things. It could be a person who is identified as the Hermit. But anyway, in any case, you're releasing this anxiety, which is beautiful. I love it. Okay, so how can you continue to step forth through this gateway? It's the bottom, Judgment on the bottom. The Five of Cups is about, so the advice about that in terms of how to continue stepping forth is to not focus on the things that have felt like loss in the past. They were there for you to help you learn something specific. Yes, I have granny sunglasses. Get over it. It was there to help you learn something specific. So focusing on the things that you still do have. The Five of Cups is a call to let go of the things that have felt like sorrow and loss because they were there to help you on your journey somehow. So perhaps further reflection about that. Maybe there's something that you're still feeling, maybe there's something that still feels like a loss to you. So continuing to work on how to release that could be helpful. What else? King of Cups. Get in touch with your intuition and your emotions. That could be helpful for you at this time. The King of Cups is a very emotional person. They're very empathetic. They're very good at understanding how other people feel because they can put themselves in other people's shoes. So that could be good. Working on that, continuing to do that. I think this is good. Should we get one more card? Just one more? The Fool! Oh my God, I love the Fool. You're stepping off into the unknown, the great unknown. So you're in a new phase of your life. The Zero card, a new phase has begun. And I love that. The Hermit and the Fool energy are very similar to me in this deck. The Hermit has a lot more wisdom than the Fool does. The Fool can be a little naive. And so maybe you're in this Fool energy, you're at this beginning. You don't know what's ahead, but you are the Hermit as well. You have this inner wisdom. You know how to just take the next step. The only thing you have to know how to do is to take the next step. And then once you're there, the next step will become apparent to you. Okay, gorgeous. Good luck on this wonderful journey. There's like something, a hair, I don't know. Anyway, toodles.